Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, good morning. හොඳයි. අද පොඩ්ඩක් මේ ක්ලාස් එක පටන් ගන්න කලින් පුතේ අනිත් අයත් එනකන් පොඩි දේවල් ටිකක් තියෙනවා කියන්න. ඒක තමයි homework කීප දෙනෙක් මට එවලා තිබ්බා. මම මේ සිංහල මීඩියම් කට්ටියටත් කිව්වේ සහ දැන් ඕගොල්ලන්ටත් කියන්නේ පොඩ්ඩක් මේ එක්සෑම් එකේ ස්ට්‍රක්චර් එකත් එක්ක මං මුලදිම මතක ඇති අපි ක්ලාස් පටන් ගන්න මුල් කාලෙම මං කිව්වා ඔයගොල්ලන්ට කොහොමද අපි ෆිසික්ස් වලට ප්‍රිපෙයාර් වෙන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා මම පොඩ්ඩක් කියනවා කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි සාමාන්‍ය ගත්තොත් එහෙම අපි ඕලෙවල් කරපු දේවල් වලින් පොඩ්ඩක් වෙනස් දෙයක් තමයි මේ A level science කියලා කියන්නේ. ඒ නිසා මම පොඩ්ඩක් කිව්වා ඔයගොල්ලන්ට කොහොමද ඒක කරන්නේ කියලා මම පුංචි දේවල් වලින් එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරන්නම් කියලා. හොඳයි. මට ඔයගොල්ලෝ යපු හෝම්වර්ක් ටිකත් එක්ක මට හිතුණා පොඩ්ඩක් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඒ කියන පුළුවන් ටයිම් එකක් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා කියලා. හරිද? ඒ තමයි පුතේ මෙහෙම. අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ඕනිම මේ ක්වෙස්චන් එකක් කරනකොට especially in physics and chemistry අනිවාර්යෙන් ඔයා ඒ ක්වෙස්චන් එක කරන්න ගත්ත ලොජික් එක ලියන්න. ඒ ලොජික් එක අනිවාර්යෙන් ලියන්න ඕනේ. හරිද? ලොජික් එක ලියන්න ඕනේ කියලා කියන්නේ ඒක එක්සෑම් එකට අහන නිසා නෙවෙයි. මේක හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න. හරිද? එක්සෑම් එකට අහන නිසා නෙවෙයි ලොජික් එක ලියන්න ඕනේ කියලා කියන්නේ. ලොජික් එක ලියන්න ඕනේ කියලා කියන්නේ ඒක ඔයා හරියට ඔළුවට දාගන්න ඕනේ නිසා. අන්න ඒකයි වැදගත්ම දේ. මොකද අපි A level වල questions අහන විදිය ටිකක් වෙනස්. O level වගේ නෙවෙයි ටිකක් වෙනස් A level වල questions අහන විදිය. අන්න එතනදී පුතේ අපිට ගොඩාක්ම මේ හරියට අපි තේරුම් අරන් ඉන්න ඕනි අපි උගන්නපු දේවල් ඒ විදිහට මේ අන්ඩර්ස්ටෑන්ඩ් කරන් ඉන්න නම් අනිවාර්යෙන් අපි ක්වෙස්චන් එක කරනකොට ඒ ක්වෙස්චන් එකට ගත්ත ලොජික් එක ඕකල ලියන්න. දැන් as example suppose you are given this kind of equation ut plus half a z square and you are asked to find the dimension of z. You are asked to find dimension of z. Then in this case you can consider the factor that mentioned. If it is an equation, then all the terms of equations are all the terms of equation should have same dimension. That logic can be adopted to solve this question. So that is the logic that you are going to use to solve this question. So I think it is better to mention the logic that you use to solve this question in each and every question. Okay? මොකද නැත්තම් වෙන්නේ ඕගොල්ලෝ මේක සමහර වෙලාවට නිකන් මේ අර අපි කියන්නේ කනා ෂොට්ස් කියලා අන්න ඒ විදිහට හදන ඒවා වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. හරිද? දැන් කනා ෂොට්ස් හදන්න බෑ. කනා ෂොට්ස් හදන්න බෑ කියලා කියන්නේ පුතේ එක්සෑම් එකට ගිහලා හදුවට කමක් නැහැ. හැබැයි දැන් ක්ලාස් එකේ අපි හරියටම ඕගොල්ලෝ ඉගෙන ගන්න ඕනේ මොනවද මේ කොහොමද මේක කරන්න කියලා. ඒක නිසා ක්ලාස් එකේදී කනා ෂොට්ස් බෑ. ඒක නිසා ඕගොල්ලෝ මොකක් හරි මේ ක්වෙස්චන් එකක් සෝල්ව් කරා නම් ඒ සෝල්ව් කරපු මෙතඩ් එක මෙන්ෂන් කරන්න මෙන්න මේක තමයි මම යූස් කරපු ලොජික් එක කියලා. හරි. එතකොට මට බලන්න පුළුවන් ඕගොල්ලෝ කරපු ලොජික් එක හරිද වැරදිද කියලා. හරිද? එතකොට එතනින් තමයි අපි හරියටම ෆිසික්ස් ඉගෙන ගන්න. හරිද? මම බයෝ නෙමෙයි මම කරේ මැත්ස් කරේ. ඒක නිසා බයෝ ගැන මට නොලොජ් එකක් නැහැ. නමුත් ෆිසික්ස් කෙමිස්ට්‍රි දෙක ගත්තොත් ෆිසික්ස් කෙමිස්ට්‍රි දෙක අනිවාර්යෙන් කරනකොට ඒ විදිහට කරන්න කවදාවත් වරදින්නේ නැහැ. කවදාවත් වරදින්නේ නැහැ කියලා කියන්නේ ඒක තමයි මෙතඩ් එක. හරිද? මොකද අපි ලොජික් එක තමයි අන්ඩර්ස්ටෑන්ඩ් කරගන්න ඕනේ. ඔයා ලොජික් එක ඔයා හරියටම අන්ඩර්ස්ටෑන්ඩ් කරගත්තොත් එන ඕනි ක්වෙස්චන් එකක් එන ඕනි මෙතඩ් එකකින් ඔයාලා සෝල්ව් කරගන්න පුළුවන්. But you should understand the logic very clearly. Very clearly. That is the only thing. You don't want to do lot of works here. Okay? අපි ඕලවලදී කරා වගේ නිකම් මේ අපි අර අපි කියන්නේ කටපාඩම් කරනවා කියලා කටපාඩම් කරන දේවල් මෙතන කරන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. Especially in physics වල. chemistry වල නම් පොඩ්ඩක් තියෙනවා. physics වල කටපාඩම් කරන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. logic එක ඔළුවට ගන්න විතරයි ඕනේ. logic එක හරියටම අන්ඩර්ස්ටෑන්ඩ් කරගන්න විතරයි ඕනේ. ඒක නිසා අනිවාර්යෙන් ක්වෙස්චන් එකක් කරනකොට logic එක මෙන්ෂන් කරන්න ගත්ත logic එක. මෙන්න මේක තමයි logic එක. හරි. මේක තමයි logic එක කියන දේ මෙන්ෂන් කරන්න පුතේ. එතකොට ප්‍රශ්න ඔයා හිතන්නකෝ ඔයා questions කරා කියලා මේ 20 30ක් විතර. ඒ question 20 30 කරනකොට අනිවාර්යෙන් ඔයාගේ ඇඟට ඒ logic එක එනවා. ඔයාට ඒක හොඳටම මේ understand වෙනවා ඒ logic එක. හරිද? අන්න ඒකයි ඒකේ මේ මම කියපු එකේ අරමුණ. ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයාට logic එක හරියටම understand කරගන්න නම් ඔයා කරන හැම question එකම ඔයා ඒ answer එක ගත්ත logic එක mention කරන්න. මම මෙන්න මේ reason එක නිසායි මෙන්න මේක step එක කරේ. මේ reason එක නිසා මේ step එක කරේ කියන දේ mention කරන්න. හරිද? ඒකට ඔයා time එකක් ගත්තට කමක් නැහැ. මොකද තාම ඕගොල්ලෝ මේක ඉගෙන ගන්නවා. හරිද? exam paper එක ලියනව නෙවෙයිනේ. මේක ඉගෙන ගන්නවා. ඉගෙන ගන්න වෙලාවේ time එක ඒක waste එකක් නෙවෙයි. ඒක time wasting නෙවෙයි. ඒක තමයි ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ earn එක. හරිද? මොකද ඕගොල්ලෝ අනිවාර්යෙන් ඒ logic එක හරියටම මේ thoroughly understand කරගත්තොත් තමයි එන ඕනි question එකට answers දෙන්න පුළුවන්. හරි. ඒක නිසා මම කියන්නේ හොඳට මම මේ කීපු දේ තේරුම් ගන්න. දැන් අපි ඊළඟට දැන් මම ඕගොල්ලන් tube submissions කරන්න කියලා කියනවා. ඒ tube මේ submission එකේදී හරිද? MCQ අපිට ගොඩක් තියෙනවා. MCQ හැම MCQ එකක්ම කරනකොට answer එක වගේම ඒ logic එක ගත්ත logic එක මට අවශ්‍යයි. හරිද? එහෙම logic එකත් එක්ක තමයි ඕගොල්ලෝ upload කරන්න ඕනි මේ group එකට. හරිද? හොඳයි. හොඳයි. අපි එහෙනම් යමු අපේ lesson එකට. Okay. 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 Actually, we have discussed about the second applications of unit and dimensional analysis. In that case, we have studied about how to determine a dimension of unknown physical quantity in an equation. In that case, we have learned about few factors to be considered during this analysis. What are those? First one. First thing is, if it is an equation, all the terms of the equation should have same dimension. All the terms of the equation of an equation should have same dimension. That is a one factor. Okay. The second one. Addition or subtraction can be done between same physical quantities. That means if there are two physical quantities combined through addition or subtraction, those physical quantities should have same dimension. Okay, that is the third one. Fourth one. Fourth one. But power, no? Power. If it is a power, power should be a number. If there is a power, power should be a number. According to that logic, that number doesn't have a dimension. So any expression may mention as a power doesn't have a dimension. That is the next factor. Other thing is, the next one, logarithm function. Normally, we are defining logarithm functions for numbers only. So the logarithm function, if there is a logarithm function, that function does not have a dimension, as well as if there is any expression inside the logarithm function, that also a number. Logarithm function as well as the inside expression, both are numbers. That means log 10 to the power, so AB plus C, something like this. The entire logarithm function is a number. The entire logarithm function is a number, as well as the expression inside the logarithm function, that also a number. So if we are given a logarithm function that is a number, that means that logarithm function does not have a dimension. And if we are given this kind of expression, that means expression within a logarithm function, that also a number. So this kind of expression does not have a dimension. The entire expression does not have a dimension. Then the next factor is trigonometric functions. Functions like this trigonometric functions. If it is a metric function, the inside the trig function, this expression should be an angle. Put an angle. In this case, this expression is a number, but in this case, it is an angle. It is an angle. Angle, if we consider angle doesn't have dimension. Angle does not have dimension. So this expression should not have a dimension. And the other thing, the entire trigonometric function is a ratio between two lengths of a triangle. If we consider sine function, we can define the sine function as the ratio between opposite side and hypotenuse. So opposite side and hypotenuse. Opposite side is a length, hypotenuse is a length. So length divided by length means that doesn't have a dimension. Length by length means length to length will be cancelled out. The entire trigonometric function does not have a dimension, because entire trigonometric function is a number. The inside expression is an angle. The entire trigonometric function is a number, because trigonometric functions are defined as a ratio between two lengths of a triangle. Okay, so the entire trigonometric function is a number, but inside expression, this expression is an angle. Both quantities do not have dimensions. Okay, therefore the dimension of trigonometric function and dimension of this kind of expression can be taken as 1. Okay, but the thing is, you should understand very well. The physical quantity that is represented by this expression is an angle. Okay, it's an angle, but in this case it is a number. Okay. Up to this level, do you have any question? Or do you understand this? one? If you understood, please let me know with a thumb, or if you have any question, please let me know to. Okay, good, good. Very good. Okay. So, shall you do some exercises? Okay. In this tute, we have done up to 10, no? 10 or 11. Last time we have discussed up to 10, no? 11, no? 11, 11. Very good. Okay. Shall we do 12 and 13 first? 12 and 13 first. If you have already done, please send me your answers. 11 and 12 questions. 11th and 12th question. If you did those two questions, please send me the photograph of the answers. Then I can check. 12th and 13th questions. I have uploaded the tutes for me due to the group. Okay. This is not a tute, Puta. This is additional questions. I have uploaded that to our group. You can find that one in our group. Okay. Because the definition of some physical quantities, especially S, P, and Y, are mentioned in the previous question. X is a displacement. Y also a no, not Y. X is a displacement. P is a power. V is a velocity. We have to find Y and Z. All the others are given. V is a velocity. U is a velocity. S is a displacement. P is a pressure. A is an acceleration. Okay. Those are given. I think it is better to find the PDF format in our group. T is a time. T is a time, no? everyone. Uh, this is a power, okay, Pute? This is not a multiplication. U to the power this one, okay? U to the power this one. U to the power uz over s plus py. Okay? It is not a multiplication, Pute. It is not a multiplication. Other thing is, you have to write the logic that you have used, okay? This is not a multiplication, this is a power. Okay, please correct that one. U to the power uz over s plus py. Once you read the question, please send me the answers. 12th and 13th. Huh? V squared equal u to the power this one plus 2as. Shall we discuss? Okay. Look at this. Good. Your answers are correct. Oh. Okay, Bhuti. Look at this. Oh. In this case, there is a power. There is a power here. There is a power here. There is a power. If it is a power, power should be a number. Power should be a number, no? Then my first logic is this one. U is a over S plus PY. It is a power. So this one is a number. This one is a number. This is my first logic. Because it is a power. Because it is a power. This one is a number. If it is a number, then we know the dimension of this one is equal to 1, and if it is a number, the other thing is, if it is a number, this term also a number and this term also a number, because if there is an equation, each and every term of this equation should have same dimension. That means should be the same physical quantities. So if it is a number, this one also a number, this term also a number. Therefore, U is it over S equal a number, and Py also a number. Also a number. What is the reason? Because all the terms of an equation should have same dimension. Therefore, dimension of this part is equal to 1. Dimension of this part should be equal to 1, because they are numbers. And they doesn't have a dimension. So dimension of this one, U is it over S, is equal to 1, and dimension of Py should be equal to 1, as they are numbers. Therefore, we have to find dimension of Z, and we know what is S, what is U. S is a displacement, U is a velocity. So dimension of Z, I can subject this one. So it is equal to dimension of S over dimension of U. Dimension of S or dimension of U. Dimension of S means L. Dimension of U means LT minus 1. LT minus 1. Because S is a displacement, therefore dimension of L is S is equal 1 L. U is a velocity, therefore dimension of U is equal to LT minus 1. So there's a L and L in denominator and numerator, so those will be cancelled out, and T minus 1 in the denominator, we can bring T minus 1 to the numerator, then the power will be plus 1. So dimension of Z is equal to T. Then this one. So dimension of P and dimension of Y, multiplication of dimension of P and Y is equal to 1. So dimension of Y is equal 1 over dimension of P. P is a pressure. So what is the dimension of pressure? What is the dimension of pressure? Dimension of pressure? M L minus 1 T minus 2, no? Now you have to bring them to the numerator. So dimension of Y is equal M minus 1 L plus 1 T plus 2. Okay. Do you get my argument? Everyone should answer. Do you get my arguments? Good. Others? Good. Okay. Others? Please let me know if you want any clarification, further clarification. If you want any further clarification, please let me know. I will do that. Okay. You can use same argument here. E to the power omega t. This is not W. Okay. Omega t. So e to the power omega t. What is E? Okay, I will explain, Puta. Okay, everyone, please stop your work and look at board. Everyone, okay. In here, we are given V squared equal U to the power this one plus 2as. So this is a power, Puta. This is a power. U is over S plus Py. This part is a power. So if it is a power, we know that part, the power is a number. No? If there's any power, that power should be a number. Okay. So this one is a number. U is over S plus Py is a number. Can you understand that one?
Yes, sir.
Is there any correction, Buddha? It is power. Sorry. In this case, I use the dimension of pressure. Okay, but P is a power. P is power. Thank you for correction, Puta. We are given P is the power. P is a power. P is a power. So it is a power. This one should be corrected. Thank you. P is not a pressure. P is not pressure. We are given P is as a power. So if it is a power, that one should be L square T minus 3. T minus 3. Thank you. Okay. Then ml minus 2 plus 3. Okay. Then this one. Again. This part is a number. This part is a number. So in this case, we are given something like this. A plus B is a number. No? It is something like this. No? There are two terms. There are two terms adding each other, and the addition is equal to number. Addition is equal to number. Addition is equal to number. If it is a number, this part also a number and this part also a number. Because if it is a equation, each and every term of the equation should have same dimension. That means each and every terms of this equation should be the same physical quantities. Okay. So A1, A is a number, B is a number too. Do you understand that part?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So this one is a number and this one also a number, because the addition of those two is a number. Addition of those two is a number. That means this one should be a number and this one should be a number. If it is a number, numbers doesn't have a dimension. Numbers do not have dimension. Numbers do not have dimensions, Puta. So if it is not a dimension, if it doesn't have a dimension, dimension of that part can be written as 1. Can be written as 1. That's why I use 1 for the dimension of this part. Okay. Because this is a number. As this is a number, this part, uz over s part, uz over s part is a number. It's a number, Puta. So that part, that entire part does not have a dimension. So dimension of this part can be written as equal to 1. Okay. If any physical quantity doesn't have a dimension, the dimension of that physical quantity can be written as 1. Can be written as 1. Okay. So the dimension of number can be written as 1. Can be written as 1 for the calculation purpose. For the calculation purposes, because numbers doesn't have a dimension, that can be represented as 1 for the calculation purposes. Okay. Because I cannot write this one equal to this one doesn't have a number. I cannot write that one, because if I write a word here, that is we cannot do any calculation. So normally we are equaling this one to 1. Okay. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So this part should be 1. The dimension of this part should be equal to 1. That means after that I can subject Z. I can subject Z. If I subject Z is equal to S over U. S over U. S means a displacement. U means a velocity. So I can substitute their respective dimensions to this equation. The dimension of displacement is equal to L, dimension of velocity is equal to LT minus 1. LT minus 1. After that, I can do the calculation. I can do the simplification. Okay. Same thing here. Same thing here. As these are numbers, py also a number, So if it is a number, the dimension of this one can be written as 1, because the dimension of py doesn't have a dimension. We can represent that one as 1. So dimension of P1 is equal to 1. That means dimension of P into dimension of Y is equal to 1. Then I can subject Y here. If I subject Y here, it should be equal to 1 over dimension P. 1 over dimension P. I can subject the dimension of Y. 1 over P. P is power. Piece of power, it is given. So dimension of power is ml squared t minus 3. So I can bring them to the numerator. Then I will have m to the power minus 1, l to the power minus 2, t to the power plus 3. Everyone, do you understand this one, Puta? No?
Yes,
Good.
understood, sir.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Then you can do this equation 2. This equation 2. In this case, we are given e to the power omega t, e to the power omega t, e to the power omega t. So, in this case, omega t is a power, it is a power. Omega t is a power. So, it is a number. Omega t is a number. So, if it is a number, the dimension of omega t should be equal to 1, because powers doesn't have a dimension. Powers do not have dimension. So the dimension of omega t should be equal to 1. That means dimension of omega into dimension of t is equal to 1. Then I can subject the dimension of omega, that is equal to 1 over dimension of t. T is a time, so I can substitute the dimension of t here. It is capital T. So dimension of omega is equal to t minus 1. T minus 1. Do you get my point, everyone? This part. If you need any further clarification, I can do. Please let me know. In E, in here, E. What is the meaning of E? කවුරුද දන්නවද? මොකක්ද E කියන්නේ කියලා? What is the meaning of E? E is called as exponential function. X exponential function. E normally this one can be written as E O EXP something like that. Normally the value of EXP is approximately equal to 2.6 or something. That value is not a matter, but thing is exponential function is a number. It is a number. It is a number. Okay. අපිට value එක දැනගන්න ඕනේ නැහැ maths කරන කට්ටිය එක ඉගෙන ගන්නවා. නමුත් අපි physics වලට ඒක අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මේ හැබැයි exponential function නැත්නම් e කියන එක කියන්නේ number එකක් කියන දේ විතරක් ඔළුවේ දාගන්න මෙන්න මේක දාගන්න. ඒක exponential function එක. So e is e can be written as exp කියලා අපිට දෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. exp කියලා කියන්නේ එතකොට exponential function කියන එකම තමයි. හරි? ඒක දාගන්න. Okay. Do you have any question regarding these two questions? Do you have any questions? Hmm? Hmm? Do you have any question? Or did you understand? Good. Very good. Others? Okay. ඊළඟට මට ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ මෙහෙම දෙයක් කරන්න ඕනි කට්ටියම. මම මේ කියන්නේ කට්ටියටම හැමෝන්ටම හොඳයි. මම මේ කියන්නේ කට්ටියටම පුතේ ඕගොල්ලෝ අද මේ ක්ලාස් එකේ වුණාට පස්සේ ඕගොල්ලෝ කරපු questions ටිකයි මට ඒ කියන්නේ ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ note එක ෆොටෝ ගහලා එවන්න. මම මේ කියන්නේ හේතුවක් ඇතුව ඒ තමයි මට අඳුර ගන්න ඕනි හරියටම මේක අන්ඩර්ස්ටෑන්ඩ් කරපු කට්ටිය නැති කට්ටිය බලලා මම වෙනම ඒගොල්ලන්ට කියා දෙනවා. මම හැමදාම ඒක කරනවා. ඒක නිසා කවුරුත් හිතන්න එපා ඒක මේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් විදිහට හිතා ගන්න එපා. මතක තියාගන්න මම හැම ළමයාම අරන් යනවා. ඒක නිසා මට දැනගන්න ඕනි ඔය හැමෝගෙම කන්ඩිෂන් එක. දැන් ඔන්ලයින් ක්ලාස් එක තියෙන එක මම මේ එක ප්‍රශ්නයක් තමයි මට වාගේ ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ පොත් බලන්න වෙන්නේ නැහැ පුතේ. මට ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ පොත් බලන්න වෙන්නේ නැහනේ. ඒක මම හැම වෙලෙම කියන්නේ ෆොටෝස් කරලා මට එවන්න කියලා මට දැක්ක ගමන් හිතා ගන්න පුළුවන් මේ ළමයා මේක තීරුම් අරන් දින්නේ නැද්ද කියලා. ඒක මම කියන්නේ. ඒක නිසා ඕගොල්ලෝ එක ඇඩ්වාන්ටේජ් එකක් කරගන්න මම දැන් කලින් අවුරුදු ළමයිටත් එහෙම කරා. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ මම ෆොටෝස් ගෙන්නගෙන එහෙම තීරුම් ගත්තේ නැති ළමයිට මම වෙනම මේ ඉන්ඩිවිජුවල් දාලා කරා. ඉන්ඩිවිජුවල් දාලා කරා කියලා කියන්නේ ඒක වෙනම මේ කිසිම ෆී එකක් නැහැ. ආය කර මේක කරන්නෙත් නැහැ. මම වෙනම ඉන්ඩිවිජුවල් දාලා කරන්නේ ඒගොල්ලන්ට තේරුම් ගන්නකම් මම කරනවා. ඒක නිසා හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න ඕගොල්ලෝ දෙන chance එක ප්‍රයෝජන ගන්න, යූස් කරන්න. හේතුව ඕගොල්ලන්ට මොකක් හරි තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ වගේ කියලා මට හිතෙනවා නම් මම අනිවාර්යෙන් ඕගොල්ලන්ට වෙනම කරනවා. ඒක කවුරුත් දන්නේත් නැහැ. කරාද නැද්ද කියලා කවුරුත් දන්නේත් නැහැ. හරිද? ඒක නිසා හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න. ඒක මට වෙනම දාන්න. ඒක ගෲප් වලට දාන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. මට වෙනම දාන්න. ඕගොල්ලන් ෆොටෝස් ගහලා ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ නෝට් එක. එතකොට මම අඳුර ගන්නවා ඕගොල්ලන්ට මේක ඕනේද නැද්ද කියලා වෙනම ඉන්ඩිවිඩුවල් කරන්න. හරිද? එහෙම වුණොත් එහෙම මම ඕගොල්ලන්ව අර හැමෝම ඉන්න මට්ටමට කොහොම හරි ගන්නවා. එක්කෙනෙක්වත් හලන්නේ නැහැ. ඒක නිසා හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න ඒ chance එක use කරගන්න. ඒ නිසා මේවා මේ කියන්නේ ෆොටෝස් ගහන්න ඔය ඒ කියන්නේ මේ එවන්න නැතුව ඉන්න එපා. නෑ මෙහෙමයි. හෝල් නෝට් එක කිව්වෙත් පුතේ මෙහෙමයි. දැන් මේ කට්ටියක් එවලා තිබ්බා. එහෙම නැතත් මට ඩිමෙන්ෂනල් ඇනලිසිස් එක පාර්ට් එක. ඩිමෙන්ෂනල් ඇනලිසිස් පාර්ට් එකේ පස්සේ ටික. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි ගත්තොත් එහෙම මේ ස්පෙෂලි මේ questions කරපු ටික. questions කරපු ටික මට එවන්න අනිවාර්යයෙන්. හරිද? dimension analysis part එකේ අපි ගත්ත first application is the මේ determination of the accuracy of the equation. After that we have done a lot of questions. So I need those parts. I need those parts because I have to understand whether you have understood or not. Okay. ඒක නිසා ඒක use කරන්න පුතේ මොකද මට හිතෙනවා නම් මෙයාට මම වැඩිපුර කියා දෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා මම අනිවාර්යෙන් එයාට කතා කරලා වෙනම ඒගොල්ලන්ට වෙනම කතා කරලා මම වෙනම කියා දෙනවා. ඒක කවුරුත් දන්නෙත් නැහැ. කාටවත් අදාළත් නැහැ. ඒක නිසා මේ මොකක් හරි දෙයක් ඕගොල්ලන්ට තේරුම් නැත්නම් ඒක අහන්න නැතුව ඉන්න එපා. ඒක අහන්න නැතුව ඉන්න එපා පුතේ. ඒක අහන්න personally අහන්න කිසිදු ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. personally අහුවා කියලා මම ඒක personally කියා දෙනවා. හරිද? personally කියා දෙන මොකද මම කැමති නැහැ මගේ ක්ලාස් එකේ එක්කෙනෙක්වත් අඩු මාර්ක්යක් ගන්නවට. හරිද? ඒක නිසා ඔයගොල්ලෝ හැමෝන්ටම මම වැඩි මාර්ක් ගන්න විදියට ඒ හෙල්ප් එක මම දෙනවා. මගේ පැත්තෙන් දෙන්න පුළුවන් උපරිම හෙල්ප් එක දෙනවා. ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ පැත්තෙන් දෙන්න පුළුවන් හෙල්ප් එක තමයි ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඒක යූස් කරලා අනිවාර්යෙන් හරියට වැඩේ කරන එක. හරි? හොඳයි. ඒ නිසා අද ක්ලාස් එක වුණාට පස්සේ අතින් පස්සේ තියෙන මේ නෝට් එක ඔයගොල්ලෝ කොහොමද questions කරේ කියන දේ මට බලා ගන්න ෆොටෝස් ගහලා ඉවරයි. හරි? හොඳයි. හැබැයි මතක තියාගන්න මම මේක බෝඩ් එකේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ට එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරන්න කලින් ඔයගොල්ලෝ එක කරලා තියෙන්න ඕනි. බෝඩ් එකේ එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරන්න කලින් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට දෙන ටයිම් එක ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඒ chance එක අරන් කරන්න. නැත්නම් මම කරපු එක කරලා ඒක ෆොටෝ ගහලා ඉවන්න එපා මට. ඉතින් මම කරපු එකනේ ඒක. හරි? ඒ නිසා ඒක කරලා ඉවන්න එපා. ඔයගොල්ලෝ කරපු එක මට ෆොටෝස් ගහලා ඉවන්න. හරිද? ඔයගොල්ලෝ කරපු ෆොටෝ එක ඔයගොල්ලෝ කරපු එක මේ තමයි මට බලන්න ඕනේ අතට. හරිද? හොඳයි. Okay. Hold on. Shall we move to the next questions? Fourteen, 15, 16, 17, 18. 14 to 18. 14 to 18. Shall we do question number 14? Question number 14 first. We are given this kind of equation and V is a velocity, no? V is a velocity. And T is a time. V is a velocity and T is a time. Okay. Anyone get the answer? What is the answer for question number 14? Question number 14. Already करा दे. कराना मत किया. Question number 14. Question number 14. කවුරුත් කරේ නැද්ද? Question number 14 පුතා. හොඳයි. කට්ටියම බලාගමු එනවා. Okay. කට්ටියම බලාගමු. In this case, okay. No, this is not a power. This is a multiplication, puta. This is a multiplication. There is b into 1 minus e to the power bt. E to the power bt. E to the power bt is only a power. This is a multiplication. Okay. I think this is the hardest question among the all questions. Relatively hard question. If you want more time, I can give.
So have they given what P is?
No. That is a problem. That is a problem. Because we are not given the dimension or any information about B. Any information about B. We have to find that one. If you can find that one, that is the way of solving this question. Okay, I'll give.
So can we take it as 1 because it's a power?
No. B is not a power, Puta. B is not a power. What is the power?
So BT is a power, sir. So
Ah,
means it
that's
equals to 1,
correct.
and then that's
Ah, that is the way. You got that done. BT is the power.
that means B equals 1 over T, no?
Yes. Very good.
So sir, A equals L. That means
A equal
L.
A equal L.
So we can take B as t minus 1, t to the power of minus 1.
Yeah.
And then even if we multiply it by 1, it's the same.
Yes.
And if we multiply it by E, like E, since BT is like 1, so it's E itself.
Yeah.
And then, so like, so the final one is like t minus 1 minus t minus 1 multiplied by E, no? So still, since there are subtractions and like, uh,
I think your
addition and
argument is correct.
subtraction.
Your argument is correct. Your
It does-
argument is correct. May look at your calculation. In here, there's a velocity, no, Putta? There's a velocity, that means Vt minus 1. No, the Lt minus 1, no? Check your calculations.
So LT minus 2.
Yes, very good. Lt minus 2. Others?
yes, sir. Yeah.
Lt minus 2, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because it's equal to t, like, because.
Yes. Very good. Others? Okay. Okay. Shall I explain it? You know, in this case, we are not given the dimension or any information about B, so we have to find that one. In that case, we can use a logic here, because in here we know there's a power. There's a power here. What is that one? BT. BT is a power. So BT is a power. So it is a number here. It is a number, no? That means the dimension of BT is equal to 1. Dimension of BT is equal to 1. So dimension of B into dimension of T is equal to 1. That means I can write the dimension of B is equal 1 over dimension of T. 1 over dimension of T. I can subject that one. Dimension of T, T means time. So dimension of B is 1 over T. 1 over T, that means T minus 1, Putta. T minus 1. Other thing is 1 minus e to the power bt. That is a number, no? This whole thing is a number. So the dimension of this whole thing is 1. So I can write this one. The velocity of v is equal dimension of velocity. Dimension of velocity equal dimension of A over dimension of B over dimension of 1 over bt. 1 over bt. Dimension. Those are dimensional function, dimensional equation. So I know this one is a number, no? This one is a number. 1 minus e to the power bt means it is a number. 1 is a number, no? So the dimension of this part is equal to 1. Is equal to 1. And we have found the dimension of B. dimension of B is equal to t minus 1. So I can substitute those values into this equation, and I know the dimension of V as V is a velocity. So in this case, I can substitute all the non-dimensions here. Dimensions of V is LT minus 1 is equal to the dimension of A over in here I can replace substitute the value dimensional values of B and 1 minus EBT. So T minus 1 into 1. So dimension of A, I can subject that one by cross producting this one. I can cross product this one. Then I can subject the dimension of A, that is equal to LT minus 2 where දක්වද කට්ටිය? Everyone, do you get my argument? Do you get my argument? Good. Others? If anyone want any clarification, I can explain that that again. Okay. Okay. Shall I move to the others? I will go another 5 minutes. Question number up to 18. Okay, but actually we have taken the E as a number, no? You are asking about question number 14, no? Yeah. In this case, Puta, we have taken E as number because in this case we have taken this part 1 minus e to the power something is a number, no? That's why I took the dimension of this part as 1 because 1 is a number. So e definitely e to the power this one should be a number because there are two numbers here, 1 minus something. Okay, that is a number. That's why 1 minus e to the power bt was taken as a number. Do you understand that, Tanputa?
So in question number 18 also should we take t as time?
Sorry, Pata. P.
In question number 18 should we take simple t as time?
Simple t is time. Simple t time. Okay. Simple t time. T is a time. X is a distance. Okay. Simple t is a time. Good. Once you edit it, please send me the photo. Send me your answers. Okay. So let's discuss question number 15. Question number 15. Please give your answers. What is the dimension of A? Please give your answer in your chat box. So tell me, what's the dimension of A? Good. Right. Others? Yes. What about the others? Okay. Your answers are correct. In here, we have to find the dimension of A. In here, AX, and the multiplication with X. Yeah, good, very good. Is in a logarithm function. So logarithm functions doesn't have a dimension as they are numbers. So AX, we can write the logic. AX is a number. AX is a number. That is the logic, Putta. A is the number. So dimension of AX is equal to 1. This is my argument. This is my logic. I have written the logic in a very simple way. AX a number. It's a number as it is a logarithm function. As it is a logarithm function, you can write that one. Then dimension of A into dimension of X is equal to 1. So dimension of A is equal to dimension of X. We can subject A. In this case, we are given X as a displacement. So we can substitute the dimension of the displacement here. So what is the dimension? Displacement. Dimension of displacement. It is equal to L. It is equal to L. Okay. You have to simplify this one. You have to take all the values to the numerator. Then the dimension of A is L minus 1. L minus 1. L minus 1. In here, again, same function. This one. So what is the answer for dimension of A? Dimension of A? Yes. Good. Dimension of A and B? Okay. Shall we do that? Again, same logic. AU plus BU squared. The expression inside the logarithm function should be a number. So this one should be a number. The reason is the expression within a log function is a number. Previous case I didn't write that one, but you have to write this one because this is the log. This is the argument. This is the argument. Once you write the argument in few more questions, that argument will be understood very well. Okay. So write each and every argument in your questions. So AU plus BU squared is a number because the expressions within a log function is a number. So then I can use another factor to determine the dimensions of A and B. What is that factor? What is my next argument? Can anyone tell me what is my next argument is? What will be my next argument?
The terms of an equation is equal.
Very good, very good, very good. Each and every terms in an equation should have same dimensions. So AU is a number and BU is squared is a number too. So AU and AU is a number and BU squared is a number. So what is my logic? Because terms in an equation, terms in an equation, I can write it as a short form. Terms in an equation should have same physical quantities. So AU is a number, BU squared is a number. Then I can write the dimension of AU is equal to 1 and dimension of BU squared is equal to 1. Okay. Then dimension of A is equal to dimension of 1 over dimension of U. Dimension of B is equal 1 over dimension of U square. V, in here V. V and U are velocities. So V and U are velocities. So I can substitute the dimension of velocity here. Dimension of velocity is LT minus 1 and dimension of velocity LT minus 1 is square. LT minus 1 is square. So dimension of A is equal. I have to bring all the numbers to the numerator. Then I will have L minus 1 and T. L minus 1 and T to the power plus 1. Then in here I can expand the power here. So in here L to the power 2, L to the power 2 and T to the power minus 2 here. To the power minus 2. That means the dimension of B is equal L to the power minus 2, T to the power plus 2. L to the power minus 2, T to the power plus 2. Okay. Everyone, do you understand this one? Do you get my point? Good. Others? The next one. The next one. I have to calculate the dimension of A and B. So the same argument, same logic. A plus BP over V. The expression within a logarithm function. The expression within a logarithm function, that one should be a number. This one should be a number. This one should be a number. Under that one, you have to write the same logic. Now I'm not going to write it again, but you have to write it. You have to write it, okay? What is the logic? The expression within a logarithm function should be a number. Then A should be a number and BP over V should be a number. because this is a equation, this is a equation, and those are the terms of this equation. Those are the terms of this equation. So if it is a equation, every term of an equation should have same physical quantity. Should have same physical quantity. So the right hand side in here, right hand side is a number. So the left hand side also should be a number. Therefore, A should be a number too. BP over V should be a number. Every term. You have to write the argument here. Then you can do the calculation. Then the dimension of A, is equal to 1, but you have to write A doesn't have a number in words, okay? You have to write that one in words, okay? Because normally we are going to take the dimension of A is equal to 1 when we are doing calculations. So when we are doing calculations, but if you want to give an answer, please write down it in word, because A doesn't have a number. A doesn't have a number. No dimension. මේක වර්ඩ් එකෙන් ලියන්න නැත්නම් සමහරලාට මේ ලකුණු දෙන්නේ නැති වෙයි. ඒක නිසා dimension එක එක වෙච්ච ගමන් එක කියලා ලියලා ඒක ආන්සර් එකක් විදිහට තියන්න එපා පුතේ. අනිවාර්යෙන් එතන වර්ඩ් එකෙන් ලියන්න no dimension කියලා. හරි? මොකද අපි එක කියලා ගත්තේ අපි calculations වලදී තමයි අපි ගත්තේ. ඒක අර මොකක් හරි දෙයක් සබ්ජෙක්ට් කරන්න ඕන නම් වර්ඩ් එකක් තියෙන එක සබ්ජෙක්ට් කරනවට වඩා ලේසි නේද? ඒක තියාගෙන සබ්ජෙක්ට් කරන එක. ඒකයි අපි එක කියලා ගත්තේ. Then BP over V is the number. So BP over V, the dimension of BP over V is equal to 1. Then I have to subject B here. If I subject B, I have to cross multiply here, cross product here. So it is equal to the dimension of V over dimension of P. Dimension of P. So dimension of V, it is a velocity. It is a velocity L T minus 1. Dimension of P, P is a power. So M L squared T minus 3. It is a power. Then I can do the simplification. L to L will be cancelled out. T minus 1 to, there will be minus 2. So my answer would be M to the power minus 1, L to the power minus 1, T to the power plus 2, T to the power plus 2. Good. Okay. Then 18th one. 18th one. Piece of pressure. Sorry. Paraduna. Sorry, it is given piece of pressure, not a power. Okay. In this case, P is a pressure. It is given. It is given P is a pressure. So, sorry. Thank you for correction. P is a pressure. So I have to replace that one. So velocity is L T minus 1. P is a pressure. P is a pressure, puta. Pressure means M L minus T minus 2. T minus 2. Okay. So my answer is M to the power minus 1. Here, L to the power minus 1. If I bring that to the numerator, it will be L to the power plus 1. L to the power plus 1 will be at, so L to the power plus 2. L to the power plus 2. Then minus 1 to 1 will be cancelled out. T. M minus 1 L squared T. Sorry. Okay. 18th one. Here, the same argument. The expression within a logarithm function, it should be a number. It should be a number, puta. So a squared x plus bt. It is a number. It is a number. You should write the reason. You should write the reason. I'm not going to write the reason because it is the same reason which I mentioned here. Okay. So it is a number. Then I can write the second argument. The second argument is if it is a number, now this is a equation. So each terms in an equation should have same dimension. So a squared x should be a number and bt should be a number. So a squared x is a number. B is a number. Then I can apply the dimensional analysis. So then dimension of a squared into dimension of x is equal to 1. Then I can write the dimension of a squared is equal 1 over dimension of x. So that is equal 1 over L. 1 over L. Then a dimension of a squared is equal L to the power minus 1. L to the power minus 1. Now there is a square in left hand side. I have to take the power 1. In here the power is 2. In here power is 2. I have to find the value of power 1. A to the power 1. Because I have to find the value of the dimension of A. I have to find the dimension of A. So I should take the square root of both sides. Square root of both sides. In other words, I have to take the power 1 of this side. Power 1. In here, the power is equal to 2. Power is equal to 2. If I want to find power 1, then definitely I have to divide this power by 2. I have to divide this power by 2 to take power 1. Okay. So now I am going to divide its power by 2. So if you divide the power of left hand side, the power of left hand side by 2, you should do the same thing to the right hand side. To the right hand side. You should do the same thing to the right hand side. So you have to divide the power of right hand side by 2. You have to divide the power of right hand side by 2. Then you will find the dimension of A is equal L to the power minus half. L to the power minus half. L to the power minus half. Everyone, do you understand what I did here? Do you understand what I did here? Especially in this equation, in this calculation. තේරුණාද පුතේ? Good. Then the next part. Next part is BT. BT. Next part is BT. So the dimension of BT is equal to 1 as it is a number. As it is a number. So dimension of B is equal to 1 over dimension of T. T is a time, so dimension of T is equal to T, capital T. So I have to put capital T here. So dimension of B should be equal to T minus 1. T minus 1. Yeah. It is a square root. It is a square root. You can take the square root. But your answer should be same, Puta. Your answer should be same. Is that okay? Your answer is okay. Is your answer this one? Is this your answer? Answer should not change. This is the same thing. You have to take the square root of this one. Okay. Actually, in here I have used in here. But it is better to write it as a indices, Puta, indices. Indices. Your answer is correct. You can keep it as a square root. But the thing is, the best answer is keep it as a indices power. Because actually I have mentioned here how to calculate as a power. Because suppose there's a a to the power 3. Suppose there's a to the power 3, then how to take the cubic root? Suppose if there is a to the power 5 or something, how to calculate that term? You cannot take the root of 5. No. I think it is very easy to deal with as a index for power. Okay. Taking square root is a correct one. It is not a wrong method. Okay. ඔයාලා මෙහෙම නෙවෙයි නම් කරේ මේක ලියා ගන්න කොහොමද කරේ කියලා පව එකක් විදිහට කරපු විදිහ. හොඳද? Other thing. One thing you should understand when you are dealing with the power, when you are dealing with the power, if there is addition, if there is addition or subtraction, you cannot may do like this. If there is addition or subtraction, you cannot do like this. Suppose this one, a to the power 2 is equal x plus y, x plus y. Then if you want to find a, simple a, then you have to take half. You have to take half of the power here, half of the power here. Okay. Then you should consider this one as a whole expression. Take the half power of it. Okay. You cannot do it separately. This is not equal to the x to the power half plus y to the power half. It is not equal to the x to the power half plus y to the power half. Okay. තේරුණාද මේක? Okay. Okay. 19 to 22. 19 to 22. everyone, in question number 20, there's a simple t here. Simple t is not in the square root, but other one is in square root. Okay. Shall we check the answers? Y equal a sin bt. Sorry, SC equal a sin bt. SC equal a sin bt. Then y equal a sin bt. V equal a omega cos bt. හොඳයි බලමු this one SC equal a sin bt. So what is the dimension of a and b? What are your answers? Please give your answers in chat box. What are the answers for a and b? A and b. A and b. SC equal a sin bt. Yeah, a is no, SC is a displacement, no? SC is a displacement, do distance. SC is a distance. Okay, look at this. In here we know BT product or BT term. This one is in a trigonometric function. So within the trigonometric function, there should be an angle. There should be an angle. So BT should be an angle. It is not a number, it should be an angle. That is our logic. It is an angle because sine is a trigonometric function. The reason is because there should be an angle within a trig function. Within a trig function. Trig function means trigonometric function. That is our logic. That logic should be applied to the rest of the questions. Okay. So if it is an angle, then B dimension of B into dimension of T should be 1 because angles do not have dimension. That one we know that one. Angles do not have dimension. So dimension of B into dimension of T should be equal to 1. So dimension of V, if I subject dimension of B, it should be equal to 1 over dimension of T. T is a time. So dimension of T is equal to T. So dimension of B is equal to T minus 1. Okay. දැන් මට කියන්න how to take the dimension of A. How to take the dimension of A. What is the logic? What is the logic? Everyone? Anyone may give me the answer? කවුරුට කියන්න answer? කොහොමද A වල dimension එක ගන්න? Not LT. ඔන්න හැමෝම අහගන්න ඔක්කොම වරණවත්තට හැමෝම අහගන්න everyone okay, please listen to me everyone. Okay, look at the board, look at the board, look at the board. Okay, look at the board. In here we are given S equal A into sin BT, sin BT. You know a trigonometric function, not the expression inside the function. Now I am considering the entire function, trigonometric function. As I said earlier, a trigonometric function is a ratio between two sides of a triangle. So a trigonometric function doesn't have a dimension. What is the reason for that one? Trig function is a ratio of two length, ratio of two lengths. If I take sine value, sine value is equal to a opposite side over a hypotenuse. Opposite side over hypotenuse. So length over length means the entire function doesn't have a dimension. So this one doesn't have a dimension. This one doesn't have a dimension. It doesn't have a dimension. So the dimension of S should be equal to the dimension of A into dimension of sin BT. Dimension of sin BT, no? So what is the dimension of sin BT? What is the dimension of sin BT? It is equal to 1, no? It is equal to 1 Buddha because it doesn't have dimension. So this one is equal to 1 because it doesn't have a dimension. It doesn't have a dimension. Okay? So dimension of S is equal to the dimension of A into 1. That means dimension of A is equal dimension of S. S is a distance, so dimension of A is equal to a length, Do you get my point, everyone? Others? Others? Good. What about others? Do you get my argument, Puta? I think everyone can understand this part, first part. How did I determine the dimension of B? But I need this one. Do you understand about my argument when I am calculating the dimension of A? Okay, very good. In here, there is a two. Look at this. Okay. Shall I erase this one? First part. Shall I erase the first part? Okay. The second part. Second part. Okay. In here, S is equal to the to A into sine BT. A into sine BT. A into sine BT. A into sine BT. Okay. So definitely the dimension of S should be equal to the dimension of A into dimension of sine BT. Okay. Dimension of A into dimension of sine BT. So now I have to determine the dimension of sine BT because I want to find the dimension of A. I know the dimension of S and I need to find dimension of sine BT in order to find the dimension of A. Dimension of A. How to find a dimension of a trigonometric function? In this case, you have to get the definition of a trigonometric function. Suppose this is a triangle. Suppose this is triangle. Suppose this is a triangle. So what is the definition of sine theta, Puta? Sine theta. What is the definition of sine theta? Everyone? Sine theta is the opposite side over the hypotenuse. That means opposite side over hypotenuse. That means BC over AB. BC over AB. I think this one, you can understand this one, no? Everyone? Yes, good. Sine theta is BC over AB. So what is the dimension of sine theta? Dimension of sine theta then? It should be the dimension of opposite side over dimension of hypotenuse. Dimension of hypotenuse. You know the length of opposite side is a length. So the dimension of opposite side is a length. So dimension of then the length of hypotenuse. Length of hypotenuse is also length. It's also length. So dimension of hypotenuse is a length. So length over length means the dimension of a trigonometric function is equal to 1 because there are two similar physical quantities in a ratio. There are two similar physical quantities in this ratio. So the dimension of this one will be cancelled out with dimension of the denominator. Do you understand, Buddha?
Yes, sir.
Others? Good. අපි ඒක note එකක් විදිහට දාගමු. හරිද? වෙනම දාගන්න note එකක් විදිහට. Note. not this one. So dimension of a trigonometry, dimension of sin theta is equal 1. Make a diagram. Make a sorry.
So basically, ratios don't have any dimensions, no, sir.
Yes, any trigonometric ratios don't have any dimensions because every trigonometric ratios are defined as a ratio between two sides. Puta. Every trigonometric ratios are defined as a ratios of two sides. So they basically any trigonometric functions do not have a dimension. I will give that one. You can write up to this level. You have to draw this image, draw this figure. You have to draw this figure and write this one. Then I will give a note. I will give a note. Okay. Make a separate note tag with the note tag දාලා ලියා ගන්න. මේක මේ අතන මාරම important note tag මේක. Note down that one. Okay. Right under this. Right under this. Right under this. Therefore, every trigonometric functions, therefore, every trigonometric functions are defined as a ratio between two sides. A ratio between two sides. The ratio between as a ratio between two sides. Therefore, any trig function doesn't have a dimension. So we can write it as like this. The inside expression of a trigonometric function is an angle. It is an angle. It is an angle. The entire thing, the entire trigonometric function is a ratio between two sides. A ratio between two sides. So due to those reasons, both cases do not have dimension. So the dimension of AB plus C is equal 1. And due to this reason, dimension of sin AB plus C also equal to 1. Also equal to 1. You can write this one as example. So this logic can be applied to this question. So the dimension of this one is equal to 1 because trig function doesn't have a dimension. Trig function doesn't have a dimension. That is the reason. So therefore, dimension of S is equal to the dimension of A into 1. That means dimension of A is equal to dimension of S. So that is L. That is L. Okay, everyone. Do you get my point? Do you get this one? Good. Others? Okay. Shall I move to the next question? Okay. The next one. the next one. What is the answer for this one? In this case, I can take the dimension of A very fastly, no? You don't want to do any calculation. Without any calculation, I can take the dimension of A is equal to dimension of Y, no? Dimension of Y. So in this case, I can write dimension of Y should be equal to the dimension of A into dimension of sine square root K over B into T. So this part is a sine value. This part is a sine value. Therefore, the dimension of this part is one because it is a trig function. Trig function, okay. So therefore dimension of A is equal dimension of Y. Y is a length, no, distance, no. So dimension of A is equal to it. Then you can take the expression within the trigonometric function. The expression within the trigonometric function. What is that one? That one is square root K over B into T. Square root K over B into T. That is the expression within the trigonometric function. So the expression within a trigonometric function should be an angle. This one should be an angle, not a number. This one should be an angle. So angle doesn't have a dimension. So the dimension of this one, the dimension of square root K over B into dimension of T is equal to 1. Equal to 1. Okay. In this case, I can write this one as a power. As a power. Otherwise, you can take the square of both sides. Because I have to find the dimension of B. So in this case, there is the dimension of B to the power half over dimension of B to the power half and dimension of T equal to 1. Equal to 1. So I have to find the dimension of B. I have to find dimension of B. So I have to subject that one. If I subject that one, B to the power half, B to the power half, I have to cross product here is equal K to the power half into T. In here, I have half, but I want to find 1. In here, I have half as a power, but I want to power 1. I want to find a power 1. So what should I do? I have to multiply the power of B by 2. I have to multiply the power of B by 2. So I should do the same thing to the right hand side. So in here, half, I need to multiply this by 2. This by 2. So I have to do the same thing to the right hand side. To the right hand side, I have to take the square of the entire thing. So half 2 to 2 will be cancelled out. So the dimension of B is equal. I have to take the square of each term. So k to the power half should be multiplied by 2 into t to the power 1 should be multiplied by 2. Then the dimension of B is equal, 2 to 2 will be cancelled out. Dimension of k into dimension of t square. Dimension of t square. Do you understand this one? Sorry. Do you get my calculations? Everyone? Do you understand how I did the calculation? Okay. Good. Then you have to substitute the values. So dimension of k is a spring constant. So spring constant means m t minus 1 into t square into t square. So dimension of B is equal to m. So dimension of B is equal to m because minus 2 to plus 2 will be cancelled out. Minus 2 to plus 2 will be cancelled out. If anyone can do the calculation from here to here at once, it will be better. If you can do the calculation without those steps up to this level within your mind, then it is very much better. මේක ලිව්වේ හැමෝන්ටම තේරෙන්න මෙච්චර ලියන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. කාට හරි පුළුවන් නම් මෙතනින් මෙතනට යන්න. No issue. හරි. Okay. Everyone, do you understand this one? Everyone. No. But if you want to, actually you should write the argument. If you write the argument correctly, then definitely they will give the full marks. Okay. Normally in exams, we are given the marks for the argument, then the answer, argument, and maybe substitution, then the answer. Not for the calculation, not for the sum. Okay, not for the sum. Okay. That's why if you can jump to this level in your mind, then please do that. Don't write each and every steps. Okay. Then the next one. Then the next one. V equal A omega cos bt. A omega cos bt. Therefore, the dimension of V should be equal to dimension of A into dimension of omega into dimension of cos bt. Cos bt. So I know the dimension of cos bt. This should be equal to 1 as it is a trigonometric function. As it is a trigonometric function. So the dimension of B should be equal to the dimension of A into dimension of omega. So I can subject dimension of A here. It is equal to dimension of V over dimension of omega. Dimension of V, it is a linear velocity. So dimension of V is LT minus 1. We know that one. Omega is a angular velocity. So dimension of omega should be equal to T minus 1. So T minus 1 to T minus 1 will be cancelled out. So dimension of A should be equal to L. Should be equal to L. Then the B. In here, BT is in a trigonometric function. So BT should be angle. It should be angle. It should be angle. So dimension of B into dimension of T is equal to 1. So dimension of B should be equal to 1 over dimension of T. So it should be equal to T. So dimension of B should be equal to T minus 1. T minus 1. Okay. Another maker. Good. Others? Good. The final one. Equal half m omega squared a squared sin squared b sin squared bt plus c. Bt plus c. Okay. In this case, we can use same argument here. So dimension of E should be equal. Half is a number, so we don't want to consider that one. So dimension of E should be equal dimension of M into dimension of omega squared, dimension of A squared into dimension of sin squared Bt plus C. Bt plus C. So dimension of sin value, it is equal to 1. It is equal to 1. It is equal to 1. So all the others are known. So I can replace the dimension of those one to find the dimension of A square. So dimension of A square is equal dimension of E over this one. Dimension of M into dimension of omega square. So dimension of E is energy. So dimension of E is ml squared t minus 2. Dimension of M is a mass. So dimension of M is capital M. Then t minus 2. T minus 1 into 2. T minus 2. So this is equal m L squared t minus 2 m t minus 2. So t minus 2 to t minus 2 will be cancelled out. M to m will be cancelled out. The answer will be L squared. L squared for A square. So A squared is equal to L squared. So A is equal to L. A is equal to L. Dimension of A is equal to L. Okay. Then I can take the expression within the trigonometric function. I can take the expression within the trigonometric function, that is bt plus c. bt plus c. That is the expression within the trigonometric function. There should be a angle, Puta. There should be an angle. So this should be an angle. This should be an angle. So bt should be an angle. C should be an angle. The reason is all the terms in a equation should have same dimension. So BT is angle. C1 should be angle. Therefore, dimension of C is equal to 1. That means no dimension. No dimension. No dimension. Then dimension of B into dimension of T, that one also angle. So dimension is equal to 1. So dimension of B should be equal to T minus 1. T minus 1. Okay. Okay. That is up to this level. Do you have any question? Do you have any question? Everyone, did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Very good. Okay. මතක තියාගන්න පුතේ මම මෙච්චර questions හැදුවේ මේ questions ටික ඕගොල්ලන්ට මේ understand කරගන්න පුළුවන් නම් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඕනි question එකක් හදන්න පුළුවන් exam එකට. හරිද? ඒකයි මම මෙතරම් questions හැදුවේ. ඕගොල්ලන්ට පොඩි හරි දෙයක් හරි නොතේරුම් හරි තියෙනවා නම් understand කරගන්න. ඒක නිසා ආයෙ මම මේ කියන්නේ හැමෝන්ටම recording බලන කට්ටියත් එක්ක මම මේ කියන්නේ මොකක් හරි නොතේරෙන තැනක් තියෙනවා personally මාව contact කරලා පුතේ අහන්න මට පුළුවන් personally meet ඔයගලන්ට වෙනම individual meeting එකක් arrange කරලා ඒ තේරෙන්නේ නැති දරුවන්ට කියා දෙන්න. හරිද? ඒක නිසා ඒකට කවුරුත් ලැජ්ජ වෙන්නවත් එපා. කාටවත් කිසිම දෙයක් මේ කවුරුත් මේ ඒ පණිවිඩය යන්නෙත් නැහැ. ඒක නිසා කාටවත් ලැජ්ජ වෙන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. personally මට කතා කරලා තේරෙන දෙයක් අහගන්න. හරිද? ඒක නිසා ඒ වගේ දෙයකට ඕන වෙලාවට මම ඕපන් වෙලා ඉන්නේ ඕගොල්ලන්ට ඕනි දෙයක් කියා දෙන්න. ඒක නිසා අනිවාර්යෙන් ඒ කියපු විදිහට පැඩ් ටික කරන්න. අනිවාර්යයෙන් මොකද මුලින් ඉඳලම අල්ලගෙන යන්න ඕනි. මුලින් ඉඳලම අල්ලගෙන යන්න ඕනි. පස්සේ මේක කරන්න බෑ. ඒකයි. හරිද? මම අනික ඕගොල්ලන්ට මේ ලොජික්ස් ලියන්න කියලා කිව්වේ. හැම ලොජික් එකක්ම ලියන්න කියලා කිව්වේ. තව එක කාරණයක්. මොකද ඔයගොල්ලෝ එක්සෑම් එකට A level එක්සෑම් එකට මේ ආයෙසරක් මේක ඔයගොල්ලෝ පාඩම් කරනකොට ඔයගොල්ලෝ පාඩම් කරන්න පුතේ තව අවුරුදු දෙකමාරකට පස්සේ තේරෙනවද 2025 කියලා කියන්නේ ඇත්තටම at least you have to wait මේ 2 more years okay අවුරුදු දෙකකට දෙකමාරකට පස්සේ ආයෙ මේක පාඩම් කරනකොට ඕගොල්ලෝ තුන මතක නැත්තම් හදපු විදිය අන්න ලොකු ප්‍රශ්නයක් වෙනවා එතකොට ආයෙ ඕගොල්ලන්ට වීඩියෝස් බලන්න ඕනි ලොකු දෙයක් කරන්න ඊට වඩා ලේසි ඇත්තටම ඔයගොල්ලෝ ලොජික් එක ලියලා නම් තියෙන්නේ ටග් ගාලා ගාන දිහා බලපු ගමන් ඕගොල්ලෝ දන්නවා හරි මම මේක තමයි මෙහෙම තමයි හැදුවේ කියලා. හරිද? අන්න ඒකයි ඒකේ ඇඩ්වාන්ටේජ් එක ගන්න. අනිවාර්යෙන් ලොජික් හැම එකක්ම ලියන්න. කුංචි හරි දෙයක් කරනවා නම් ඒකට රීසන් එක ලොජික් එක ලියන්න. හරි. හොඳයි. එහෙනම් අපි අද නවත්තමු ක්ලාස් එක. මම ලබන සතියේ එක්ස්ට්‍රා ක්ලාස් එකක් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට දානවා. මම ඒකට available dates ටික මෙන්ෂන් කරලා අපේ group එකේ දාන්නම් එදා වගේ පොල් එකක් දාන්නම් ඒකට ඔයගොල්ලෝ කමෙන්ට්ස් කරන්න එතකොට ගොඩක් කට්ටියට පුළුවන් ඩේට් එකක් මම බලලා එක්ස්ට්‍රා ක්ලාස් එකක් දානවා ඒක දාන්නේ එක්ස්ට්‍රා ක්ලාස් එක කරන්නේ මේක නෙවෙයි එක්ස්ට්‍රා ක්ලාස් එක කරන්නේ මැතමැටිකල් පාර්ට් එක ට්‍රිග්නොමෙට්‍රික් පාර්ට් එක මට ඕනි ට්‍රිග්නොමෙට්‍රික් පාර්ට් එක මේ මොකද්ද අපේ සෙකන්ඩ් යුනිට් එකට මැට්‍රික්ස් වලට කලින් කරන්න ඕනේ මේ ට්‍රික් පාර්ට් එක තමයි කරන්නේ. හරි. ඒක නිසා මම එක්ස්ට්‍රා ක්ලාස් එකක් දාන්න අපිට next මේ week එකේ ඒකේ මගේ available dates එක මම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට mention කරන්නම්. ඕගොල්ලෝ එදා වගේම දාන්න comments එකක්. හරිද? Okay. Very good. Thank you. Good day for you everyone.